Tropical Depression 3 or possibly Tropical Storm Chantel has made its debut. Hi, I'm meteorologist Pew and it's the evening of July 4th, 2025. The cold frontal boundary that's been causing severe weather in the high plains, Midwest, and even the Southeast has finally made its way to the coast of Florida and South Carolina and is now the tropical cyclone that we see today. Currently, the National Hurricane Center is predicting that the landfall is going to be around Charleston, South Carolina around Sunday at 2 a.m. Some models are indicating that this tropical depression may turn into a tropical storm, but then there are some that are thinking that it's going to stay a tropical depression. Now, regardless of whether or not this storm strengthens, the main hazard is still going to be flooding. It's predicted from South Carolina to North Carolina from this weekend to Monday. Areas could be seeing from 1 to 3 inches of total rainfall. In terms of wind speed, most of the concern is in the South Carolina coast. There's a 20 to 30% chance that those areas may see wind speeds of 39 miles per hour or greater. Okay, so let's talk about what could strengthen or weaken the storm in the next 36 hours. Right now, the storm's in a pretty good spot and only moving north at 2 miles per hour, so it's pretty much stationary. And where it's located, looks like sea temperatures are around 83 degrees Fahrenheit, which is pretty good. Though as it gets closer to the shore, it does look like the temperature drops just a little bit, around 81 degrees, but it's still above 80, so that should be sufficient enough. The biggest downfall for this storm is that there's not a lot of time left before it makes landfall. And official reports from the aircraft that flew through it to get data indicate that there is wind shear west to the storm, and that's not a good thing because unlike mid-latitude cyclones inland, tropical cyclones do not like wind shear. Tropical cyclones want their updrafts to be straight up from where the low is located. So if there is wind shear and it starts tilting that updraft, then it's going to start disturbing that and hinder its growth. Looking at the upper levels at 300 millibars, we can see that there is kind of a trough in the southeast states, and that's going to make winds in those states come from the southeast and then wrap around to come from the northwest into the storm. And we can see this more visually using water vapor imagery. So you can see that the formation of these clouds are being drifted by the southeasterly winds. You can see the clouds here in Florida are being drifted from northwesterly wind going into the storm. And this is really interesting because it's actually offsetting the updraft and pushing most of the convection northeast of where the low actually is. And this is why most of the precipitation and flood risk is from central South Carolina to North Carolina, rather than all around South Carolina. Another thing that's going to happen is with this trough, it's going to bring in a little bit more dry air aloft into the storm as it gets closer to the shore, so that might hinder more of its growth.